Good afternoon, collective. How are we doing? Welcome back. Gigi here. We are not in my house right now. We are in Hetch Hetchy, which is over near and close to Yosemite National Park here in California. And we are out dispersed camping for Memorial Day weekend. So I figured while I have my tri-tip cooking, the boys are out getting snackies for campfire later. I had some time. I thought I'd share my experience with you and do a small reading. I hope you guys are okay with that. Please enjoy the beautiful sounds of nature as we see what Spirit has for you today. Not that I need it, but I'm just going to do it because I think we should. We'll get some sage as we get our blessing, okay? Excuse me, Palo Santo. Holy Spirit, please come down with your angels, my ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides that have ascended to your highest white light to protect and guide me through this energy reading for our collective. Holy Spirit, please allow me to channel clear, honest, and precise messages for our collective. And please cast all evil and darkness that may linger back to where it comes from tenfold. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay. All right, I only have one deck of cards with me because I'm backpacking. So, we're traveling light. Yes, we have the car because we have a 4-year-old and we need to be able to go, but we did it all on a backpacker's what do you call it? Supply list for the most part. So, all right, folks, let's see what the energy is. Holy Father, what is the message for today's reading? New age excitement. Trying new things. Broadening your horizons, experiencing the world around you, whether you be in a city or in town or like maybe a small town, or you're visiting an old western town, or you're out like I am right now, or you're doing something new, even if it's just going and exploring a new bookstore or maybe a new metaphysics shop, something. Somebody has the itch to do something new, or at least do something that broadens their horizons. Oh, there's fire service. Let's see what happens. If I have to pause you guys, I will. But okay. It's time to just see what's right in front of you and realize that everything around you, the scenarios that you're experiencing, are all to show you what your life is heading towards. Showing you what the possibilities for your future are. You know, if you really love going to an old bookstore, you know, but you have to drive 2 hours to get there, it may be like Spirit's nudging you to go out there, and you may just drive by a house that may be for sale or for rent or whatever, and you're like, oh, maybe my job's remote enough to where I can take it and bring it to wherever it is. Maybe it's time for me to make some big moves. I feel like Spirit's trying to nudge you to do things that you love to do, to show you that there's so much more than that you can do with your life than just wishing for it. There are going to be opportunities and dreams and random thoughts that linger around some things, you know. If you've been dying to try to figure out how to go camping, if you've never gone camping before in your life and you just want to go to a campground and pitch a tent for the first time, and you're like, I really want to do it and it's been weighing on me and I really want to go, because maybe you're like me and been dying to either go back or go to like some kind of festival where it requires you to go camping and you're going to be out for a few days having fun with, and you don't know how to pitch a tent, you can't afford an RV, most RV places won't rent to you, all of that, and you're just like dying to figure out how to do this. Well, let me tell you, from somebody who's been camping for a lot of years, since they were like 12 years old, on and off for a long time, more now than ever since I've lived out in California, but it's the best thing in the world, and I will highly recommend it. So if you're like being nudged to do something new, do it. Because there's going to be something that you're going to experience through it, okay? There's going to be some things that you're going to have to see, behaviors, some like, I don't know, some sparks between people. If you're going out with people and maybe somebody that is in your friend group and you're like, ooh, I really kind of like this person, you know, and you're being nudged to go and do something, and either they're like part of the group that's going to be going, or you run into them doing this particular thing. It's all to lay out the foundation work for Spirit to come in and be like, look, you love doing this. You just found out you love doing this, or you've known you love doing this. You never really put the effort into it. Now you found somebody that you want to do it with. There's going to be a fire up somebody's behind to do it. You know? Reality, clarity. Okay? The thing is somebody needs to seek reality and clarity. Okay? I'm also being shown sobriety, poor choices, lack of choices, opportunity, or options. Okay? Now, the thing is if somebody feels like they're lacking opportunity, like nobody asks them to go these places, but in their heart they really want to go by yourself. If you have a vehicle and you have the money to do it, go by yourself. Pick yourself up, even if it means taking the train to go do it. Go. Right now. Don't wait. It's Memorial Day weekend. Go. What do you have? I mean, unless you have to work and that's like your priority, then do it. But if you can take your stuff with you and go. I wasn't even going to do a reading this weekend because I wanted to just get away from tech. But you know what? I promised you guys a reading for Friday when I was off school finally, this is my reward for finishing the semester with all A's and B's. I'm hoping that stays true. I'll find out on Wednesday. So as long as everything stays kosher, Gigi's ending up with all A's and B's this semester. So this is my reward. If you are able to take your stuff with you and reward yourself with a treat, do it. Okay? Because the thing is if you feel like you're lacking the opportunity to do it, because all you do is work, sleep, eat, and then the sobriety portion here is like wahing me in the face, and it's like the sobriety part here, maybe you're drinking too much. Maybe you're thinking about drinking, maybe you're throwing them back. Gotta slow down. Maybe take a tolerance break. I tend to have to do that myself, you know, with the cannabis, because I like to smoke, and you know, after this trip I'm going to cut it off for good for a little while, or a long while, I don't know. Trouble coming out of frying pan into fire, lack of progress, because they're money driven, work focused, and they can't seem to get themselves up and move forward to do the things like maybe go fishing, go camping, go hunting, go horseback rodeo, go to see the rodeos and the derbies and the fairs and the riding the quads and the motor dirt bikes, and do all the fun things that people, you know, good country, old American folk kind of do. That's what I feel like this person's doing, but they're so focused and driven in the busy city where they can't unplug, disconnect, and leave. The thing is Spirit saying if you're being called to, you should. There's a reason. Somebody needs to be out in nature where they get zero cell phone service, where they can turn the stupid thing off and have zero access. I mean, if they want to record something like I am and then post it later on, fine, or save it and just have it for memory, like maybe like an audio journal or a video journal or something that you do on your phone, pictures, whatever. But still, somebody needs to sit on a tree and think, meditate, pray, and start surrendering, because something needs to be separated. There needs to be a separation from something, and I'm being told from the hustle and bustle of the big city, somebody needs to disconnect and unplug. But they're having a hard time doing it because if they're throwing back too much. Somebody needs to take a tolerance break. Some longer than others. Others need to quit completely. It's time. It's time. What is this? 2 paths. We have the 2 of Wands, 5 of Wands. Oh boy. So, I mean, here's the obvious. The obvious is that Home Slice is, whoever this is, whether you or somebody else collective, take it how it is, flip it, switch it, reverse it, do what you got to do to place yourself in the reading where you belong, okay? there's two options here: to stay in the hustle and bustle, be connected, be, boss person with big ego, pride, a little bit of narcissism, or a whole lot of narcissism with a big old head that can't get through the door. Yeah, if that's the case and you're fighting yourself about which way to go, but your heart's tugging you to go out and maybe be someplace like this, well, I think it's time that maybe you do that. Okay? Let's see. Hang on a second. So, okay. Anyway, so, if somebody's being triggered by seeing out here, I really feel like that's the case, because I am not one to ever hesitate and do something I'm being called to do, because it makes me miserable. It makes me grumpy. I get agita, heartburn, agitated. Don't like any of that combination, period. My dog's happy, he's free. I slept like a freaking rock outside because last night in my beautiful new sleeping bag and all of my new gear. Yes, fantastic. Best decision of my life, getting new camping gear. Yes. Because I can be out here in 0 degrees and hear this and be warm, snuggled, and cozy on a comfortable situation, being able to roast a freaking tri-tip for my family, because I don't eat meat, on the fire and have a great time. I don't hesitate. And I want to understand why somebody would what's this? Delayed news, patience needed, ideas, inspiration, planning, vigilance, protective, guarded fairness, one who is calculating and unconcerned about the feelings of others, communicator, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Understood. This person has to be very strategic about how they do things. They want to do it big. They don't want to just take random trips. They want to do something grand. They want to go do some kind of crazy Cabela's fishing excursion, or climb some peak of a volcano that's kind of steaming up and see all the bubblies, or whatever kind of crazy nonsense they have to do, in their eyes, to feel like they're having some kind of vacation. They need to travel, and I mean elaborately. It can't just be you're going out camping, in the backwoods of your near town. They want to disconnect, unplug, and escape. But the thing is let me explain something to you. I don't know who this is, but I'll let you know something. Before I took this trip yesterday, we came out here yesterday, I spent the entire day before we left, while my son's dad was out having his medical procedures done for the month. Yeah. I was in the house cleaning, making sure the kitchen was spotless, the bathroom was picked up, things were where they needed to be. Everything was somewhat to the point where when I came home, it wasn't complete chaos, because it's your problems. If you're having a hard time at work, or you're having a hard time with your girlfriend or your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your kids or whatever, those problems are always going to be there when you get home if you don't correct the problem. Going somewhere elaborate and thinking you're going to romance somebody, during the course, and everything's going to be peachy keen, and it's a vicious cycle. You got to work on the problem. And if you let yourself build up that much tension while you're sitting there dealing with the hustle and bustle of living in an insane, what seems like an insane place. I don't know if somebody's living in a metropolitan area, but that seems congested, anxious, stressed, overwhelmed feelings for sure. Gridlock, I mean, the way I used to feel when I lived in the city, and we used to have to sit in 45 minutes at the same freaking spot in gridlock because of the freaking Holland Tunnel. That's the kind of anxiety I'm feeling. If that's what you're dealing with, homie, let me tell you something. You need to get a break, quickly. Hang on a second. I gotta go tend the fire. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. I need to keep an eye on that, because that's the boys' dinner, and they will be very upset if I ruin their time. So, my bad. Anyway, so like I was saying, if you are feeling overwhelmed and you don't live in an area where maybe you can get out for the weekend, or you're blah, it's not the place where you want to go, well, see what's within a 2 to 3 hour range. That's what we do. Find it, we do our home base, and then we'll take a roundabout 3 hour circumference around our area and find new places to go all the time. We get stickers in all the new places, and we get to see places like this. I mean, it's worth it. I'm just giving suggestion. That's what I do. You can do as you see fit. You can continue to feel like you need to fight yourself and strategically plan some kind of big elaborate whatever. But the truth of the matter is you can find some really nice things to do to decompress that are right in your local area, even if you live in a place like New York City, okay? You can find some beautiful B&Bs within 3 hours of Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? And not just Airbnbs. I'm talking about a beautiful bed and breakfast that will, you know, have food and sometimes a spa, sometimes activities on the property, you know, whatever. You need to, exactly, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit saying you need to seize opportunities. Let go. Don't build any regrets that you're going to have to learn how to get rid of, okay? End of stagnation. You need to find the motivation to do this. You need to find the motivation to just find peace in what you have right around you. Or you're going to miss your entire life waiting for that big opportunity, man. Like, damn. With all the times that I get to, what is this? Good luck, destiny, chance, karma, soulmate, decisive moments. Because you may, you know, like I was saying, you may end up meeting your soulmate on a trip, like right around the corner, just, you know, maybe trying out a new restaurant because you're sick and tired of going to the same damn ones. But, oh, it's right across the street, or it's right down the block from work. I can meet, no, go in the opposite direction and find someplace new, and you might find the, you know, the person of your dreams. You know, or you may run into somebody from your past that's meant to come back and, you know, have a new cycle with you. Somebody that may be coming back to try to break, you know, fix any, because where is it? Right next to the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Hearts, the Swords comes out. This may be good luck and a chance for you guys to heal any heartbreaks if it's somebody from your past that needs to come back. To give you an opportunity to experience new things or get down to the roots of who you are and really do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being so plugged in with the, I don't know why I see hentai and anime and like video games. I don't know, I see cosplay too, but that's fun. I don't know about all that. But, you know, movie theaters and just the video games, the arcade games, like just very like, somebody needs to get out in nature and actually do something and clear their head from all that gobbledygook. Okay? If you're lonely, you need to start getting out and doing something. Even if it means I feel like somebody needs to get on the train, or they're thinking about it. Like, I feel like maybe it's just me, maybe because I'm from Brooklyn and some places the train stop will kind of have a platform that looks out into scenery, whether there's water or not, that's completely up to the place. But it kind of looks like somebody's looking at an option, like, do I stay here or do I turn around and get on that train? I feel like somebody needs to get on the train and go somewhere. And express the emotions that they have for somebody and make an offer. And stop hesitating and sitting and lacking in passion and romance, because I feel at the core of whoever you are, that's exactly what you want. Passion and romance. To be able to, I don't know, maybe it's the place I'm in that I'm feeling this, but maybe you too want to sit by a fire and just, I don't know, read a book during the morning light and drink your tea or coffee and maybe eat a nice hearty breakfast and hang out and maybe go fishing or rafting or whatever it is that you want to do. And as the sun's winding down and everybody's relaxing and you're roasting marshmallows, I don't know, maybe grabbing the guitar and playing some music and singing and cuddling up under a blanket next to the person that you love. Maybe that's what your heart's yearning for you to do, but for some reason I feel like the motivation's lacking. Maybe confidence. Maybe because of confidence. Letting go of the past and focusing on the future. Maturity, growing up, and leaving home. Yeah, it's time to make that decision and get on that train. Okay? I'm being told the opportunity hasn't gone. The doorway is still open. The doorway is not just cracked open, it's wide opened. The opportunity for forgiveness, loyalty, love, compassion, companionship, friendship, whatever it is that, is meant to happen between you two that makes you both feel fulfilled and makes everyone around you happy. by being in the vibration of, you know, whatever the union is that is going to happen between you two. Whether if it's from, I feel like it's from somebody in the past that was looking for reconciliation. Somebody might have lost an opportunity, but the doorway is still open. And the reason the doorway is still open, because unconditional love has no bounds. There's nothing that, when you have unconditional love for somebody, there's nothing that's going to shut that door to you. You can tell them to go F off, this, that, the next thing. But if you really truly needed the person and you came and knocking on their door and say, hey, you know, whoever you are, I'm sorry, I need your help. Even if it's just compassionate hugs, someone to talk to, someone to sit on their lap and just cry on their shoulder. They may, you know, they may have a big personality or very big emotions, and they need somebody to hold them like they're, you know, a child being nurtured by their parent of the opposite sex that needs to heal something with their inner child. And the only way that's going to happen is if this union happens. Because you two are meant for each other, and there's soul healing in this connection because of the soul tie. You understand? It's time for a new journey. It's time for you to take this first step. It's time for you to find your youthfulness, your spontaneity, and find a new beginning. To heal that inner child of yours that's sitting there fighting itself, thinking that their only position in this world is to stay dedicated, driven, and focused, and not worrying about themselves. The thing is indecisiveness, self-doubt, malicious, what is this? Lack of self-awareness, unwilling to learn karmic lessons is going to bound somebody in chains alone in a karmic cycle. And the thing is if this life cycle ends without the union, am I on the right track? If this life cycle ends without this union happening, only one half of the soul will ascend, and the other one, well, only knows. Karmic cycles, depending on what happens, God only knows. I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to say karmic cycles. Okay? Stop being indecisive. You have two options. Choose the greater of the two. The one that forces you to make big decisions and step out of your comfort zone. The one that means getting on that train and going to whoever it is, getting on that train, getting on that boat, getting on that plane, getting in that car, getting on that bike, getting on whatever it is that you do to get around or travel any distance that you don't want to have to drive. Get on it, pack your bag, get on it, and bring you behind where you need to be. It's time for a new beginning. What's underneath? Lies, trickery, deceit, theft, underhanded, dishonesty, all that's going to have to come clean. And if you're feeling like you're afraid to have to face the music for that, well, hey, here's the deal. The thing is then you can live with the regret. You cannot heal. You can leave this cycle of life in a karmic cycle, in a karmic backswing, basically, and lose the opportunity to heal with your other half and have to face the universe alone here forth. And soulmates, and have to figure out karmic cycles by yourself. And the thing is I feel like the lack of motivation is so great. There's a beautiful butterfly. Hello, yellow monarch butterfly. Anyway, I feel like the lack of motivation here is literally going to consume, this person if they lose their twin. Because the thing is, it's the regret of not taking that opportunity when Spirit gave it to them. Thank you, Spirit. They could have had pure happiness. They could have had their pure happiness. This card here, it speaks volumes. This person is like lacking in mental maturity, emotional maturity. What comes out of their mouth? Oh, hello. King of Wands in reverse, lies. The things that come out of his mouth are lies. The second I say that, the King of Wands in reverse comes out, and the first thing is lies and deviousness, prejudice, a liar or a devious person, one whose main focus is self-promotion. Well, it comes back to being mentally driven towards work and money. But it's because I feel like it was because this person was being brainwashed. Hastiness, speed, progress, movement, action, rushing, excitement, travel, freedom, holiday romance, taking, like this. The thing is, his heart's pulling him one way, his head's pulling him another way. He's being torn in half. Bobby. Bo! Oh, there you are. Okay, sorry. Like, I feel like this person's heart is literally wanting to drag them towards their romantic partner, like towards their romantic connection, whatever it is. Like, it's dragging, and the reason why, that's why this person's like daydreaming of going out somewhere. I don't know, traveling to some place that they've never been before. Maybe they're sick, and maybe they've lived in the same place their entire life. They've traveled all over. They've seen the same places. They want something new, or to have their romantic partner with them to experience it with them so they can have romantic times to sit and enjoy it. You know? So they don't have to feel like they have to do these grand gestures just to find some kind of romance in the travel. Maybe it's time for you to move. Maybe it's time for you to move. Refusing to compromise, give in, stubborn. Well, I say it's time to move, and I find out somebody's stubborn. Well, that doesn't seem unusual. Gossip, lies, bias, loss, misery. One who puts people down and can't be trusted. Well, maybe lost a lot of relationship because of being an asshole, I'm being told. They take pride in being a jerk, and that's part of their emotional immaturity. And this is part of the karma that they get for that, is living in misery and fearing rejection from the one person who has unconditional love for them. Overindulgence, that could be the drinking, whatever it is that they're drinking. On the bottom, the lovers. The drinking may be calming their mind to be able to handle the concept of being, handling the choice. Making the decisions to travel. Maybe they need to be that kind of lit to be able to pull the trigger. The thing is the second they sober up, that they cancel the travel arrangements. And the thing is that's why they're staying drunk, is because they don't want to. Their heart is saying no, and it's basically like forcing them to, I don't know, drink, I guess. I don't know. What just fell? I have the King of Swords in the upright. Structure, routine, intelligence, rational, logic, power, authority, strength, manners, conversation, discerning, detached, head over heart. Yeah, that's the head over heart part. It's like this person's known for breaking their back, busting their butt, being in the trenches, working hard, waiting for their abundance to come to fruition. They may be busting themselves for the next promotion or the next raise or for the next, I don't know, bonus or whatever, the next big account for whatever business that they do. You know what I'm saying? And in their mind, that's more important than being all mushy-gushy. So they lock away their feelings and they bury it down and they drink it down. But sometimes those emotions get so overwhelming that they do stuff like, I don't know, spending I see 8 to 17, 16, anywhere from 1,500 plus to go on a vacation or take a trip just to go and beg forgiveness. Like, literally their mind would literally go, they'd swipe the credit card, they'd sleep on it, drink on it, oh yeah, I'm so ready. And the moment the morning comes and they're sober, cowardly lion action, they realize what they did and go rushing back and cancel it. Hoping that they didn't buy something that didn't have, the insurance, like hoping that they had the insurance on it. The thing is I'm kind of like, wondering if subconsciously, while they're drunk doing it, they're keeping the insurance on it. Oh, my stomach's saying yes. Keeping the insurance on it, knowing that they're not going to, but giving them the motivation and the confidence they need to do whatever it is that they're doing in that moment to be able to function. But in reality, they know in the morning they're going to just cancel it. So it's kind of like a bittersweet situation in this time. The thing is the first time that they don't, however, I want to say, I keep seeing $1,700 and $1,800. I don't know. Like, are they willing to just lose that kind of money? No. Got to keep a firm grip on my money. Got to be the baller and gamble and play and have the big playboy status, kind of pimping, been pimping. Yeah. Right? Like, got to keep up status, and the only way to do that is to keep money tight. Only give the little ladies, little bits here and there, and keep it for their big problem, which I keep seeing is gambling. This one's afraid of playing Russian roulette. The thing is if they drop $1,800, don't get the insurance, and end up having to, face it, are they willing to eat it, or are they going to take the trip? And if they take the trip, are they going to go where they're supposed to go, or are they going to go find some other place to go, like, I don't know, and gamble? I see Vegas, Reno, Wendover, all of those places. Or Atlantic City if it's in the opposite direction, however it is for you, whatever other casinos are out on the East Coast. That's the only area I ever knew. That's where we grew up. Whatever. All right. Now, lack of independence, stability, security, reckless spending. That's more about the gambling. Like, they would much rather be reckless with their spending and gambling than on frivolousness with travel, dinners, that kind of crap. Like, that's like, oh, just to maybe get some punani whatevers or get some D whatevers. No big deal. But, like, when it comes to reality, they'd rather waste their money being frivolous with gambling. Somebody's got a real big issue with track betting. Yep. We got this one. Oh, I forgot the King of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay? Now, dullness, materialism, preoccupied with money, one who mismanages money, someone who will do anything for the money. This has already been established. Okay? Completely reckless with spending. Shady investments. Very much so. Okay? It's everything I'm talking about with this gambling. Unrequited love, illusions, escapism, lies, someone with a fragile sense of identity and a poor personal boundaries. Like, this person will spend money, drop money on a dime piece, get some booty, do whatever they want, manipulate, play the drum, play the field, whatever, and then when they're bored, they drop it and go back to their habits of wasting and spending frivolous amounts of money on gambling, thinking they're always going to make it out, because I feel like somebody might have a good inner knowing. Like, they may be really good at knowing, but something may be about, like, a train wreck is about to happen when it comes to, like, frivolous spending on gambling. Like, they feel like inside they know that they're about to make a major score, but in reality their drinking is, like, basically... the intoxication is causing this person's inner knowing, like, I don't know if their third eye's open and they're using their divine gifts or something like this, but the thing is their intoxicants are diluting their ability to focus on their intuition, like those gut feelings, and they may mistake a big heave in their stomach that's saying, no, don't do this, for it, yeah, go for it. And that may be part of a karmic cycle for their gambling habits that may put them in a situation to where, on the bottom where they have a tower. Oh, snap. And I'm sorry, the way I was going in my pocket for a cough drop. They're going to have a tower. Oh, snap, crackle, and pop. I know I was feeling something. Damn, spirit. What's going on? Truth needs to come out. Making investments needs to be better investments. See, the thing is, the spirit's not going to let this person run from this karmic cycle. This person's going to get oh man, I'm being told a trickle. Drip, drop, like that much assistance in the spiritual realm. They're going to have to face and focus on this tower and maneuver through this tower on their own. To be able to force this person to surrender to whatever it is that they've been up to. The gambling, the drinking, the partying, the girls, the boys, the this, whatever it is. You get it both ways. Get it how you live. No judgment here by me by any means. Okay? Just know that things need to happen the way that they need to happen in order for things to be able to... The inner child needs to be healed. This karmic cycle needs to be over. And somebody needs to face a major dark night of the soul. Thank you, Spirit. So, all right, any final messages? No, I don't think so. I think that's it. Any final messages? Any positive final messages, please? I'm being told no. Let me shuffle it one more time. Where are we at? 35 minutes. Okay, that's not bad. I think that's fair. Gotta go make sure my tri-tip doesn't go out. All right, Spirit, final message. Anything else? All right, that's all I got. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, angels, ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides for helping me through this reading. I'll close this reading. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining me in this beautiful place. On the bottom, listen, new beginnings are possible. Okay? New beginnings are possible. Everything is possible. Let your heart be your guide. Normally I'd say let your conscience be your guide. Stop fighting your inner like heart, like your inner chakras, your heart chakra. Okay? Stop fighting your heart. Let your heart guide you. Because you know what? It's never going to steer you wrong. It'll allow your intuition to lead you to better things. It'll get you away from any nonsense. Okay? Please just know Gigi loves you. I might do another one before I leave. If not, I'll see you soon. Love you. Till then. Bye-bye.